Hiya, honeys. Welcome back to my spooky little corner. For those who don't know me, you should by now, I'm Lady Mylita, and I bid you welcome. Okay, my Darklands, we are going full out goth today. I've been playing with a lot of color lately, which, don't get me wrong, I like, and I've been doing some neutral looks, but it's time to get down to the root of it, and we're going goth. So, today we're going to play with a lot of Jeffree Star cosmetics. I've gotten some stuff, but I've yet to try out because I was busy doing my Sephora haul, and I got them late as per normal. So I got the green shade, the Put It Back from the Dawson and Jeffree Star collection, which I haven't played with. And I also got the Slime Glossin, the gloss, which is also from the Jeffree Star and Dawson collab. So I thought, well, we would play with these today. So definitely we're going to do a green goth look today. So that should be fun. But I'm also going to pull out a whole pile of other Jeffree Star products today. So it'll be a Jeffree Star cosmetic kind of day. So if that sounds like something you would like to watch, stay tuned and let's dive in. Okay, here we go. So I've already got my eyes primed, as we can tell, and I am using the Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer in shade C4. So, dark, spooky, gothy, we're going to go there. I am going to be using multiple Jeffree Star eyeshadow palettes today because not one has all the colors I want, so I'm going to have to dive into multiples, but that's okay. Sometimes you have to do that. So to start with, we are going to use the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Cremated palette because it has all my dark, gothy grays and blacks, which is what I want to start with. So I'm just going to find a smaller, rounder brush. Perfect. I'm just going to use this e.l.f. eye crease brush. And as you can tell, it's just a smaller tip. And we are going to jump right into black. We're not going to hold back. And we're going into the shade called Hearst. Now I'm going to try and do a bit of a different eye look today too. A different shape, if you will. So we're going to start with black. Straight up black. We're not going to mess around. And I am going to press it just above my crease line. And I want it nice and pigmented. This is the important part. Pigment, pigment, pigment. And then we're going to wing it a bit. Now, if I didn't have eyebrows, this would be much easier, but I do have eyebrows. So it may not look as pretty as some girls doing these looks because they don't have eyebrows or they have thinner eyebrows than what I do, but we're gonna play. We're just gonna wing that up. And that's how we're going to start. I know it looks kind of funny. It does, I know. But I will make this look work. I'll make it work. So the next we want to blend out that black, obviously. So I'm just going to grab here. This is just a blending eye brush from e.l.f. Cosmetics. And then I think I'm going to jump into the shade Wednesday right here. She's like a nice pale gray, like a bluey gray though. And then I'm just going to buff this into the black so it doesn't look quite so harsh. And just slowly take my time buffing that out. If you go down lower, it's fine, but because I'm probably going to cut all that out too with some concealer before I apply my color, so it doesn't look bad. Woohoo! And then finally, we're going to put some lighter on there. Probably we're going to go straight into the white. That's Death Blow. So this is one of the Jeffree Star Morphe collab brushes. This is JS6. And she's just a little fluffier. So we're just going to get right into that white. We're not going to be scared. And she will buff out stuff for us. Just really. Okay, and then I'm just going to take the brush that had the black, just kind of make sure it's still there too. Don't want to cover it completely. And I'm not adding any more product, I'm just taking what was left. Just kind of dabbing that on, and then taking the brush that had the gray, and I'm not adding more pigment at all. I'm just going to kind of blend what's already there. And then again with the white. I might add a little bit more white though, just to make sure I get that nice white shade laid down. And for a white, this one really performs really, really nicely. I quite like it. Okay, so there is the first part of our eyes done. I know it kind of looks a little strange, but we're going to cut the crease and clean that all up so that way it looks a little nicer. Okay, so for cutting the crease, I'm just using my concealer like I normally do, and I'm just going to put some on my hand, like so, because that just makes it a little easier. And this is going to be a little bit of a different crease, so it's going to take me a little bit of work. Okay, so this is just one of our e.l.f. Retro Paradise brushes. It's just a nice little flat one. And so I'm just going to get that on, the concealer on. So I want to go I'm going from my crease kind of down. Normally I like to, as you know, kind of put it along the lash line. This time I'm going to try and actually freehand it more, I guess that's what you would call it, which I'm normally not very good at, and I won't lie, I'm not very good at it, but I'm going to try. And then from the crease line, make sure that's nice and even. And then I'm going to tail it up. Like that. Kind of like if I was doing a wing liner kind of idea. Just like that. I don't know. And then we'll just pack on the concealer all down the eye. Okay, so there they are cut. I know it looks a little funny because the concealer obviously went gray, which is kind of normal, but we're going to pack on some shimmer on there, and that should kind of cover the gray tone. And if there is any other gray that I don't like on there, I'm just going to clean that up after I get the glimmer eyeshadows on. Okay, so I think I'm going to move outer in this time. So outer will be the darkest shade, middle will be the medium, and then the lightest will be on the inside. And then we're just going to kind of do a nice gradient. We're going to kind of get it all mixed up together. And I think will turn out a different eye look. Hopefully it turns out. So for the outer corners, I'm going to jump into our Conspiracy palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. As I said, I'm going to be jumping into a few different palettes here just because they each have a shade that I kind of want, but I'm going to have to move around. So for the outer corner, we are going to use this shade right here, and it is a dark shimmery green, and it is called Illuminati. Okay, so to put this shade on, I'm going to use an e.l.f. smudge brush. I want something a little more precise because I want to put it along this outer line too. So I need something a little more precise. So we're going to use this, and I am going to use our Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray in Honey to dampen the brush because I prefer a damp brush for using almost any glitters. It just, they seem to go on so much better when you do. So I just automatically use it. So, right, we're going to jump into this shade. She is such a beautiful shade. I would say she's probably a favorite of mine in this palette. So this is kind of why I wanted to use her. So going to just kind of pack her on here. And I may not notice much of a difference because she's such a beautiful dark green, but I wanted to do multiple green colors in this look. So we're starting with this one. Okay, and then we're just going to do the other eye. And again. We're just packing that color on. I always find Jeffree Star Cosmetics shimmers always work so much better with a dampened brush too, so she may not look like much, but she is a nice dark green shade, and I quite like her. Okay, so the next green shade is going to be our Put It Back shade. Now, this is the one that it was in the Shane Dawson biography or video, whatever you want to call it, about making makeup and making the conspiracy palette. And they showed this shade, and then they took it out. And everybody was so upset because they wanted this green shade. So that was part of the release in the Slime Glossin, which we'll try on later. So this is called Put It Back, because everybody told them, put it back. So she is nice. I haven't used her yet, so I'm quite excited because I'm going through a green phase lately. I'm noticing the clothes I pick out, the eyeshadows I want to wear are mainly green. So I'm excited to try this. So this is just, I think it's a Urban Decay brush that came out of the Vice palette. So, but I'm going to use this end because she's kind of smaller. We're just going to hit it with some setting spray. Okay. And we're going to try this new shade out. I'm quite excited. She looks lovely. So, damp brush. Oh, she comes off nice. Okay, so she is going to be kind of our center shade. And she'll go kind of into that Illuminati shade. Just kind of blend that out. Oh, I like this shade. I love it. It's like almost like a true kind of shimmery emerald. Very, very pretty. Just kind of blend her into the shade so it looks a little more seamless. Might have to use a darker shade. She's pretty. She's very pretty. Okay, so now we got those on. So now the inner corner is going to be our lightest shade. And so for our lightest shimmer green, we are going into the Jeffree Star Cosmetics palette Alien. Unfortunately, this palette has been discontinued, which makes me very sad. But this actually, I think, is probably my favorite Jeffree Star Cosmetics palette. And it just has some beautiful shades. There's some neutrally tones. For the longest time, I was really into yellows. So I wore this one quite a bit. But it has some fun, darker moments. That blue, that purple, that Area 51 is quite a fabulous shade. We have Flying Saucer, which is nice bluey green. But we want to use a shimmer today. So we're going to use this one up here. It's called Alien. So, we're just going to use a damp brush for that. Like I said, I was so disheartened when I heard Alien was canceled because this palette is so much fun. It just has that little bit of everything for everyone. And the colors go on beautifully, as I hope you can see with this green going on. She is something. Okay, so that's the start of the eyes. Needs a bit of cleaning up, I know. So I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows and do my foundation, and I'll be right back. Okay, my honeys, and here we go with the foundation and everything done. So for concealer today, I used my Jeffree Star Cosmetics Magic Star Concealer in shade C4. For foundation today, we are using Urban Decay's Stay Naked in color 20 CP. For setting powder, we are using Jeffree Star Cosmetics Magic Star Powder in the shade Rose. For primer, to start it all off with, we are using Tatya's Silk Canvas Primer. For brows, we are started off with our Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in medium brown. And then to top it off, Charlotte Tilbury's Legendary Brow Gel in Supermodel. And I've started the eyes. I've just done my wing liner because sometimes it's a little hard to do that one on camera. And I'm using the Benefit Cosmetics Roller Liner. Okay, so we got a nice deep wing all the way up to the eyebrow. Now this is the part, if I didn't have eyebrows or even shaved off half of them, I could really use a little more creative there, but that's how we're starting to look off. So for the underneath, for our bottom lashes, I'm going to do something pretty simple, but first I want to show you a bit. We're going to do some contouring to kind of to make myself look a little more dark and gothy. So we are going to use the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Cremated palette. Honestly, this palette is just everything. This palette has everything I need to do, not just eye looks, but contour looks too. Because of these beautiful grays, I can really do a nice kind of deep contour. So to start off, I'm just going to get myself a nice kind of fluffier brush. As you can tell, I use this one a lot. I don't even know where I got this. It's one of the unicorn horn ones. I got it for Christmas, I believe, one year. So I'm going to, I don't want something too dark. I know some girls like to go really dark, but I don't know if I really want to go too dark. I do like this life insurance right here. So I'm going to start that, and I'm just going to do some contouring on my cheek area. So just along here. Just kind of swirl it up to the temple area. That's how I do it. And even though that wasn't like a dark color, it's gray, right? So it does come out kind of dark. Okay, I'll do the other cheek. This life insurance, I think, is my favorite color for contouring when I want to do like a darker kind of gothier look. It works very well. Let me just blend that in. And then I'm going to do a bit along the jawline. I don't think I'll bother doing my forehead because every time I try and do my forehead, it looks terrible. So we're just going to do the jawline and the cheek area. We're going to use one of our Luxie brushes that we got out of our Try Beauty box. This is the Duo Fiber Powder Brush. This is 516. This will work pretty nicely. And then I'm going to go into, I think this one, Casket Ready here. It's not the white, but it's like an off-white. And then I'm just going to take this brush and then kind of blend it in so it doesn't look quite as harsh. Okay, so that's it for contour. But the other thing I like to do is to make myself look a little paler. I use white eyeshadow. So all I'll do is I will take usually just a brush that I would use for highlighting. Let's try this. This is one will work. It's a blender apparently. I don't know where it came from, but we're going to use this. We are going to dip into the white shade Death Blow. And all I'm going to do is put it anywhere where I would like it a little lighter. So, under my eyes. Like I'm going to put other color there, so I'm not going to have it quite high. And then under this one. But it's just going to give the illusion of being paler, which, as we all know as us goth girls, we love to look pale. Sun is not a good thing for us. Right, ladies? No sun. I'm always fighting with all the girls I work with about the sun. They're like, oh, don't you like beaches? Yeah, I like beaches at night when it's dark. I don't want to look like no Malibu Barbie. And if I did want to look like Malibu Barbie, there's bronzers for that. Alright, and just put some lightly on the forehead. Actually, probably use a bit of a fluffier brush for that. So, I don't know. It's another unicorn horn one. We'll just use it. Spread the pigment around a bit. That's the one thing I do love about Jeffree Star Cosmetics is their pan sizes are easy enough to dip in with a bigger brush. So that is kind of handy. Okay. And there we go. It just gives it a bit of a different tone, pales you out a bit. And with the gray contour, it really helps kind of goth it up. But it's something easy enough to do. You can just use a palette. You don't have to go out and buy any expensive stuff. Simple, simple, simple. So for the bottom lashes, I'm not going to go too crazy. I'm just going to take a bit of each of the shimmers that we used up top, put them on the bottom. Simple, simple. So we'll start off with our Illuminati shade, this beautiful green. I'm not going to, and we're just going to punch it in. And I don't want too much, right? Because I've got these other colors too. So we're just going to put it right on the end. I almost think those other colors kind of overpowered it, unfortunately, on the upper eye. But she is a really pretty shade. She looks really good with blacks in particular. So, and then into our Put It Back shade. That's kind of why I picked these type of brushes too, so I wouldn't have to use any other brushes. Okay, there's that green. And then last from our Alien palette, my favorite. I love this one. Our Alien shade. There we go. That turned out quite nice. Those greens are something special. And as I said, lately I've been really gravitating towards greens. So I'm really excited that I got to do this. Okay, so I'm just going to finish the look off camera, finish the eyes, and put on some highlights and a lippy, and I will be right back. And here we go, my darklings. Here is our finished look. Very green goth today. I think it turned out quite nice. I'm really loving how my lips turned out. So the rest of the products we used, and for our waterline, we used our Marc Jacobs gel liner in black. For mascara, we are using Benefit Cosmetics Bad Gal Bang in black. For highlight today, we are using our Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild Glow Kit. And the shade we are using is the green one here called Lucky Clover. And I actually forgot to put some for my inner corner highlight. So I'm just going to take it and we're going to do it right on camera right now because I forgot. It's makeup, we can always fix it, right? So that's for our highlight. And she's a nice, beautiful green tone. I actually quite like her. I use this one quite a bit. I love this highlight palette. And then for our lips, which turned out amazing, I just lined them in my black Marc Jacob gel liner, just so that way they had that nice dark edge, kind of mimicking this dark green, which I don't have a dark green, but I have that. And then we ombre them out using Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lipsticks in Mistletoe and No Offense. I think they turned out quite stunning. Now that the lips are dry though, we are going to try our last Jeffree Star Cosmetics product that we have, and that is the gloss in Slime Glossin. Figured it would work well with the green lips, but apparently it goes on clear. And I have gloves on, so I'm just going to put it along the here. And like you can tell, it is clear, but there is a bit of a greenish tinge to it, which is fine. There was a lot of controversy about this gloss, actually, that there was mold in it, that a lot of people were getting it and the ends were dark. And I'm going to show you because mine is one of them. I don't know if you can really see it, but it is dark on the bottom. And then if you do pull out the applicator, mine as well has a bit of blackness on the end. Now they said that it wasn't actually mold, it was just the pigment of the gloss settling, which makes sense to me. So, and it would settle, would it not? Like a green, because I don't know. But it doesn't smell bad, so like, you would imagine if it was going bad and that was mold, there would be a very distinctive smell. And there is not a distinctive smell. It smells like a lemon lime pop. I think it's supposed to smell like Sprite, but it's definitely a lemon lime pop. So now that my lips are dry, I am not a lip gloss fan, so I'm not into glossy lips, but it did come off, which is to be expected. And this is part of the reason why I don't like gloss, because I'm going to put this back in the tube. But it's green, so I don't overly care. And I probably won't use it a lot. But she's nice. She's glossy. She's not sticky. I've heard so many good things about Jeffree Star's The Gloss that I wanted to try. So I just picked up something kind of fun, something that I'd use in a look like this, but that'd be about it. And then for setting spray today, we're using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is a new one for me, so I'll have to let you know how this one works out for me. Okay, my darklings, here we go. Here is our green goth look. What did you think? I know there's a lot of controversy around the man behind Jeffree Star Cosmetics. And personally, I know it sounds horrible, but I don't care. I'm here to play with makeup. I'm here to tell you guys what I think. Jeffree Star Cosmetics makes some bomb lipsticks, makes some bomb eyeshadows, and some fab highlight, and like, their product's great. If you do not want to support him, by all means, that's for you. For me, it's makeup. It's makeup. Yes, he may not be the best man, but he hires people and they have to put in work and they get a wage too. So why would you not support them? Food for thought today, my darklings. Food for thought. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and come and hang out with me in my little spooky corner. And as always, you know where to find me on Facebook and on Instagram under Lady Mylita. And on Sundays, I go live at 4:30 Eastern Time, and we play with makeup, and we share tips, and what have you, and it's always a great time. So I hope you can join me there sometime. Stay safe, dears. Be good to one another. Goodbye, my darklings.